Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to Tigres UANL versus Club León in the Concacaf Champions League 2023 semifinal leg 1. Tigres UANL contra Club León en la Liga de Campeones de Concacaf de Scotiabank Semifinales Partido Ida 2023. Big match tonight, the first of two semifinals, the first of four semifinal matches, two this week, the next two next week, the second legs to decide. This one decides the Mexican representative to the Champions League final. LAFC versus Philadelphia, of course, decides the U.S. MLS representative to the CCL final. Of course. Two good teams here. Tigres and León. They'll play each other 3 times in 1 week. 3 times in this next week. From Wednesday, Sunday to next Tuesday, May 3rd. So, yeah, wait. No, Wednesday. I think it switches. Yeah, so Wednesday. So Tuesday, that's what I got wrong. Tuesday, Sunday, Wednesday. There we go. But, again, Tigres versus León 3 times this week. We'll cover them all. Both Champions League matches and the Liga MX match on the weekend because I find it kind of cool. So, with that being said, we're getting ready to go for this first semifinal. Of course, Philly LAFC is tomorrow. Then we got Leafs versus Lightning on Thursday as well. Hopefully the Leafs can finish it. That would be nice. Starting 11s are as follows. For Tigres, Nahuel Guzman, the back 4. Jesus Angulo, Igor Lichnowsky, Samir Caetano, Aquino. Midfield 2, Rafael Carioca, Guido Pizarro. Attacking midfielders, Fernando Gorejan, Sebastian Cordova, Luis Quiñones, and Andre Pierre Gignac, the striker. For León, in goal, Rodolfo Cota. The back 4, Ivan Moreno, Jaime Barrero, Adonis Frias, Osvaldo Rodriguez. The midfield 4, Angel Mena, Fidel Ambriz, Lucas Romero, Elias Hernandez. The 2 strikers, Victor Davia and Lucas Diorio. We got Ryan as Tigre. I'd say they're probably my most respected team in Mexico. I will agree. How we doing, Ozan? What the MLS is happening live at European? I don't know what you're talking about. I must be missing something. There are UEFA Champions League games starting in 26. They may have the final in the USA, but the other way around. Well, how we doing, HJU? Vamos León and Tigres. I know, right? I agree. Now, of course, there are a couple of moves today that MLS teams finished making in the trade window throughout the league. Of course, Toronto FC made a couple of trades. Lucas McNaughton for CJ Sapong, and Aime Mabika from Inter Miami for Tam. So we replaced the center back. We got CJ Sapong. Could be interesting, but I don't like they got rid of McNaughton, but after last game, I guess he sealed his fate. Well, that's because New Era doesn't make Liverpool caps, but I guess Nike would. Tigres starting 11, Guzman, Angulo, Samir Caetano, Lichnowsky, Aquino, Pizarro, Carioca, Quiñones, Gorejan, Cordova, and Gignac under Siboldi. Oh, yeah, Tati Castellanos scored 4 goals against Madrid. Yeah, but he's not MLS anymore, but true. Good for him, though. 4 goals against Madrid. I was happy to see it, but I wasn't thinking of Tati when you said European, but okay. But yeah, 4 goals against Madrid. Like, I got to respect it. Club León, starting 11. Couto, Rodriguez, Frias, Barreiro, Moreno, Hernandez, Romero, Ambriz, Mena, Davia, and Diorio. Javier Aquino, Sebastian Cordova, and Gignac. I would agree. I would agree with that for players to watch. Sadly, that they don't do that here. Justin Miram for Shinya Shiki. Wow for RSL, good move. Yeah, I would agree. For RSL, it's a good move to get Shinya Shiki, but for Charlotte to get Miram the other way, that's a horrible move. Charlotte fleeced themselves. No joke. Like, why? Justin Miram. Okay. This isn't 2018. You're fleecing yourself. Andre Shinyashiki is a damn good player. I don't know why he fell out of favor, but I guess if you ain't going to use him, it's going to be very unlikely they use Miram anyway, so maybe they didn't fleece themselves. I got to think RSL made the offer. I got to think they made the offer. Not the other way around. Because why? Why would Charlotte want Miram? Like, why? And why would you say yes? Like, I don't get it. But good for RSL. I would agree with that. Yeah. TFC would have been better doing no trades than what they decided to do and shoot themselves in the foot. I don't think it's that drastic, okay? Should they have done no trades? Yeah, I agree. But they say Mabika has potential. I'll believe it. They say he has potential. I can see it with Miami, him coming from Miami and Sapong. Well, Hani Mukhtar resuscitated his career. I'm sure Insigne and Bernardeschi could do the same thing, at least for a stopgap until the summer. I trust Sapong more than I do Io and Dio at this point. I'd give him a chance. Should they have made any trades? Probably not, but I'll give them the chance. I'll give Mabika and Sapong the chance. I'll back them. Morning Ryan from Doha again. How we doing, Elias? Yeah, the TAM part of things, was it 100K TAM? Started with a 1, but sending out TAM for Mabika, that was a little bit, I was like, don't we have no money? At least that's what you said, at least in the cap. So, yeah, it was a little bit, that threw me a little bit, but I'm guessing the McNaughton for Sapong deal was salary swapping as well. Like, it ain't that much of a hit. But I'd have to see. So, do you want MLS team versus Liga MX team? That's going to happen no matter what. This is to decide what Mexican team plays a U.S. team in the final because of the other side being Philly LAFC. So there will be a MLS versus Liga MX final. Now, I'm not going to be mad either way, whoever wins. It's not going to be a Canadian team as the MLS team. So if an MLS team beats a Mexican team, I'm not mad. As long as Toronto's the first Canadian team at this point. What do you want to bet? Didn't say I was going to bet. Besides, if it's 100%, why would I bet? That's an easy bet. Must be a really early morning Wednesday in Qatar. Kickoff about to happen here at El Volcan. Is Ecuadorian Byron Castillo playing? See if he's on the bench. He's not starting. Yeah, he's on the bench. Castillo's on the bench. And we have kicked off. León in the green. Tigres in yellow. Thoughts on the Sonics today and McNaughton. I hate they traded McNaughton. I don't think he should have been. I don't think they should have made any trades. But if they did, I'm good with Sapong. I'll give him a chance. I think if Hani Mukhtar could resuscitate CJ Sapong's career, I think Insigne and Bernardeschi could do the same thing. With Mabika, I think he has some potential. I still think McNaughton is better, but 45th minute or 45 seconds. But Mabika has potential. I'll give him a chance. I'll give Sapong a chance. I trust Sapong more than I do Io or Diamande at this point. So, and if it goes south, just put DeAndre Kerr out there. And wait till summer till we get an actual striker. And buy down Oso. But then again, paying out $100,000 in TAM for Mabika, well, maybe we can't buy down Oso now. I'd be pissed if that was the case. Free kick here for León. Mena standing over it. And Elias Hernandez standing over it. Summer transfer window gonna be crazy. Not as crazy as last year. But I don't think so, at least. Crossed in, over the top, headed away by Tigres. Real Madrid or City, who goes through and by what aggregate scoreline? Real Madrid. Real Madrid. 4-2 on aggregate, Real Madrid. We could get a DP striker. We still would have, if we buy down Oso, we have enough to buy him down halfway through the season. We could buy a DP striker. Is that pretty much the answer? Yes. If Sapong doesn't work out, yes. If he works out, good backup. And they get the DP striker. City wins. No, they won't. Speaking of, if anybody wants me to do Arsenal versus City, you know what to do. Tomorrow afternoon. And 7-6 on aggregate. You're out of your mind. That's not going to happen. Maybe this. León playing forward. León early. Looks like they have the front foot here. They probably are way in over their heads. I'm just giving them the benefit of the doubt. Which I probably shouldn't. Playing forward. They're going to make a few signings called a rebuild season like they said it was supposed to happen last season. If Bob doesn't make the playoffs, I could see him getting fired. Here's my thing. 9th place gets to the playoffs, technically. There's a wild card game. If they can't make 9th place, super chat. You want me to do Arsenal, Man City? Somebody super chat. Make it worth my while. Well, I guess doing it would make it worth my while, but, you know. I'm just saying. Oh, my God. Nahuel almost blew it. That was bad. I didn't want to go full out with it, but since you asked. I kind of want to do Man City versus Arsenal, and it probably would do me good even if I didn't get the super chat, but, you know. Make it worth my while. Arsenal wins the Premier League. I looked at the league script. It might happen. If we finish with draws the rest of the season, do we finish in 9th? It's possible. I mean, the East is crap. We were sitting in 9th for 3 weeks in a row. Shot! Goal! 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 Goal de León! 1-0! Victor Davila with another in Champions League. Oh, my word. Banger. León has the away goal. Up 1-0. Oh, no. León might be the one to go to the final. Who would have thought? León might make their first final. We still got 100 and 90 plus 90. 175 minutes left, but still. Victor Davia, perfect shot. Open, just bangs it into the side of the net. Nahuel couldn't get there. Victor Davia with one. León started better, I can tell you that much. They got an early one. I'll take it. Arsenal versus City, Beefcake, Club León goal. Club León goal. Sue. Go. There's Super Chat Bows on. I'll take it. Let's go. I will do Arsenal versus City tomorrow. 7th minute. 7th minute, 1-0, Victor Davia. Just alive, though. See, I already filled in these other pages. Or got these other pages ready, so maybe I'll put it on a card. 1-0. León. Wow. Said I'm not going to be here, but Carolina effed it. Cross in, headed away. Coach's challenge did us bad. Oh, the Hurricanes. I was like, we talking about Open Cup here? And then I read Coach's challenge. I'm like, oh, all right. I'm like, oh, okay. Vamos Tigres, says Connor. They're down 1-0, so Gignac Quinones. Okay. Got it. It's Islanders 2, Canes 3 series. That ain't bad. León has the lead early, and Armando Villarreal's the referee. Oh, yeah, you had the Islanders, didn't you? I had the Canes. I had the Canes in my bracket. So, I can't believe the Leafs are up 3-1. I can't believe that. Real Madrid fan, the game was horrible defense. They're good in UEFA Champions League, but Madrid is bad in La Liga. They better not call Zidane, Jose Mourinho, hire Julian Nagelsmann. Yeah, since Chelsea screwed it up, taking off early from work to watch the game at the Etihad. So who do you support? You support Liverpool, but you're going to the Etihad to see, I guess, City get humbled? I guess. I mean, y'all want to see City get humbled. Cross in. Header! Past the post. Get humbled by DC United. Mario Yepes says, Vamos León. That's another $2. Yeah, I think that's good enough. He wants to see City's downfall. Makes sense. 10 minutes in. Here comes Tigres. I mean, everybody wants to see City's downfall. How do you not? You don't want Arsenal to win the league. Then why are you going? Just to go? Like, if you're not a fan of either team, well, then again, as a Liverpool fan, you should have had like 3 Prems. And if they get 1, you're equal. So, fair enough. I still want City to get owned. Haaland needs a big-time cup. If he wasn't with City, I'd agree with you. I kind of want to see it blow up in their face. Haaland's a great player. He's a robot. But I kind of want to see it blow up in their face. Because I just don't like City. I feel sorry for Haaland, but, he deserves a trophy. But Mbappe got the Copa Mundial. What more does Haaland need to do? Don't play for... I don't sleep on Haaland. I just want to see... I know he's good. That's why I said I want to see it blow up in City's face. He scores 60 goals in a season and they still don't win a trophy. That would be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. Not because of Haaland, but because it's City. That'd be hilarious. I don't sleep on Haaland. I think he's that good. He could score 60 goals in a season. It would just be funny if City didn't win a trophy while he did it. Won the European Golden Shoe and his team still didn't win a trophy. That'd be hilarious. If that happens, he needs to move teams. I got a great idea. I got a wonderful idea. We need a DP striker. Haaland to Toronto FC. He would score 700 goals a season. We'd never lose again. Or even draw, for that matter. Forget a defense. Forget a defense. The USMNT will win the World Cup before Norway does. I would actually take that bet. Foul, free kick here for León. Seriously, if Haaland played for TFC, he would score 100 goals in a season. Hey, soccer guy said it. Don't get me going. I mean, I trust Sapong more than I do Io or Diamande. I said it. Hernandez and Mena standing over it. Similarly to the other earlier in the match, that's a goal kick. But I like Sapong. I think Insigne and Bernadeschi could play well with him. I think if Hani Mukhtar could resuscitate Sapong's career, Insigne and Bernadeschi could keep that going. So... DeAndre Kerr. Ryan trusts this guy. I didn't say I trusted Sapong more than DeAndre. No, I did not say that. I like DeAndre Kerr. I think he's amazing. He's definitely better than Dio and Io. And then Perutz ain't got a damn sniff besides last week. And he played well. So... I think we could have easily gave Perutz a chance, but we didn't. So, I don't know. Here comes Gignac. Chip past the post. Oh, my God. Gignac. No way. Honestly, yes. Dominant against Union Omaha. And Union Omaha ain't nothing to sniff at. We don't have a number 9. That's the point. Sapong may not even be good. I give him a chance. We don't have a number 9. World-class wingers don't help if you don't have a number 9. Insigne and Bernadeschi can only do so much. Yeah, Mbappe lied. All because PSG wanted to make him the God Emperor of the club. He would have went to Madrid if that didn't happen. Cross in. And then PSG makes him the God Emperor of the club. Is that a free kick the other way? Mbappe is marking out backstage for Messi. So you're saying the marks are on the pitch too? Mbappe win the World Cup. He's better than Haaland at age 18. Well, I mean, here's the thing about Haaland. He plays for Norway. Even before Haaland, I've never seen Norway play in a European competition or a World Cup. Never seen it. Still fanboying, even though he should act like a pro. It's a joke, relax. Talking about the Dallas thing. Or the marks are on the pitch too thing. I don't know. Which one? Cordova, that was horrible. That was horrible. Yeah, because Warner Brothers Discovery is not putting in the work for the Open Cup. Like half the games are on BR Live, then the rest are streamed through the clubs and 3 through the Golasso, CBS Golasso network. Like last year, every Open Cup game was on ESPN Plus. They're doing a horrible job. Like, yeah, I saw the score bug. Club produced, it looked horrible. 17th minute. Charlotte didn't even stream. I still saw the Josviak goal. That was great. They put that on their social channels at least. That was a great goal. 17th minute. But those purple jerseys in that like hazy stadium did not look good. Seriously, it didn't. They were playing at some semi-pro stadium. I'm happy for Tati. 4 goals against Real Madrid. I always knew he was European material. I got an idea. Chelsea should buy Tati. Pluto TV or Paramount Plus. Pluto's for free though, so that's the easier way. If I ain't doing one of these or have it on my regular satellite, I got it on Pluto. Not Pluto, but Golasso for the past like week. It's awesome. That's a horrible pass. Tulsa 0, Sporting KC 3. Hey, they finally scored. That's a save by Kota. Hey, Sporting KC finally won a game. Round of applause. Sporting KC won a game. Sporting KC won a game. '19th minute. VPN. I mean, they were playing Tulsa. He should be happy. They finally won a game. It feels good. Ooh. I mean, with Pochettino, if you're using a Fire Stick, you could VPN a Fire Stick. You could download the VPN app, turn it on, then do Pluto. Simple as. Then download it. I think. I used to have a jailbroken Fire Stick. I don't anymore. Maybe you have to jailbreak the Fire Stick. I don't know, but maybe. I didn't jailbreak the first one. We had some connections. Turtlehead be like, Messi, remember when I met you as a kid? Remember when I told you about the story about me fanboying for you? Wow. Cross in. How good do you think Enzo Fernandez could become next season with the right manager? I think he could become good. I think him and Poch will work well together because it's probably Pochettino. I like it. I like the situation there. He'll be better. Wow. Wow. Header saved by Kota. What are the wows about? What are the wows about? Wow. 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 21st minute. Fire stick. And don't ask me. I didn't do it. We knew somebody who we knew somebody who could do it. I don't know how to do it. Because if I did, I would have done the one I have now. Cleared away by León. Carioca. That's offside. Not that either. Which team's better so far? León. Hawaiian pizza, you munja cake. Pineapple on pizza, you munja cake. What are you doing? I mean, I'd laugh at Cody Rhodes too, so I don't blame him. I'd laugh at Cody Rhodes too, so I don't blame Brock. Why do people love pineapple on pizza? Honestly, Tigres. If I had to pick one, Tigres. And guess what? They're putting a new world title out because they can't beat Roman. Yeah, you almost spelled it right. Honestly, that's pretty close. 23rd minute. I'll give him that. Almost. Corner for León. They should have just brought back the old big gold. I don't know why they... I guess because of the side plates, right? They have to do the side plates. That's their thing. And the big logo. Got it. Well, he can't get it because whatever brand he goes on, the opposite brand has a new big gold. El Volcan. 24th minute. Monterey Bay 0, San Jose 0, 24th minute. San Jose will probably lose that game. 1-0, 1-0, León. 24th minute. Tigres don't look that good right now. I just hope Sami Zayn ends up with a new World Heavyweight Championship. First. 500 under 3.5. As far as it looks, you'll probably get it. You'll probably get that. Ooh, I still got LAFC. It's still going to be tight, but if Philly woke up, that might end on penalties. The winner might be decided on penalties over 2 legs. But I still got LAFC slightly. Pretty much. 25th minute. If San Jose had Wando, would they go far in the U.S. Open Cup? They would get to the round of 16, probably. Wando could probably still do a job against these USL, NISA squads. What do you think will happen in this weekend's game? Against New York City FC, we're playing at home. 2-1 win. I have a feeling after that loss, they'll get a 2-1 win. I don't know how. I don't know why, but it feels like this is one of those like 2-1, 3-1 wins that come after a bad loss for some reason. If they play like they did in the second half against Philly, we probably would, but, just feels like it. That's all I'm saying. Just feels like it. Against New York City FC. St. Louis. Favorite American team, St. Louis. Corner here for León. León versus Tigres. Corner. Cross. Header blocked away. Monterey Bay chipped the keeper. That doesn't surprise me. León plays it all the way back. I still can't believe St. Louis drew Colorado. Favorite South American team? Ooh. River. Is it simple? Yes, but River Plate. Nice. River Plate. My favorite South American team. Argentinian. I guess Brazilian would be Flamengo. Maybe I'll get more, I should say, informed is not the word, but a little bit more open with my recruitment with the Golazo Network, watching the live Argentinian and Brazilian games on there. Favorite Euro team? Chelsea. Shot! Oh, what a save by Nahuel Guzman. Still 1-0, 1-0 León, but what a save. A striker that actually could score goals. And that's about it. Our midfield's good enough. Well, if our midfield is Coelho, Cervania, and Oso, it's good enough. Our defense is pretty damn good. Besides that last game, Sean Johnson's played pretty well. Yeah, just a striker that could actually put away chances. I think that would probably do it. It's not that hard. And probably a better manager, but even if we got the striker who put away more chances, you know, I don't know if the manager really needs to be changed. We could at least paper over the cracks. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's simple. It's easy to say. Is it hard to do? Probably. At least that's the way they're acting. 29th minute, 1-0. Riquelme never played for River Plate. Yeah, I didn't think so, but Mascherano and Crespo. Blanco's back. He's going to play. Yes, I would want Balotelli to be TFC striker. Yes. I was saying that last summer. I was pushing for that last summer. Come on now. 29th minute. '29th minute, 1-0. León dominating this first half so far. Tigres really hasn't had an answer. León's came up in El Volcán and, well, they've punched Tigres in the mouth. I can't believe it. I should have known that Motagua game was a one-off. Siboldi is a crap manager. Quiñones, cross, Gignac. Oh, my God. Gignac is off. He's off his game tonight. I don't care. He's off it. He's off. My God. He should have scored that. He normally would have. What the hell is going on here? '30th minute. 30-18, 1-0, 1-0. We need a striker who can build the goal and not be a goal poacher, waiting for the ball to be passed to him, i.e. Giovinco in his prime. I would agree with that. Is Gignac too old? No, I don't think so. I just think he's having a bad game. He's had 2 bad misses that he would have used to put away. This should be 2-1. He's either having a bad game or he's getting old, but I'm going to say bad game. Siboldi, by the way, is a crap manager. I think we've just realized that when he's playing a Liga MX team or MLS team, he's crap. Playing forward. Shot! Past the post. Another miss. Another miss for Tigres. But that was Gorehan. Yep. Wednesday the 31st. Sunday, June 4th. I will wear the suit for June 4th. May 31st, if it's León or Tigres versus LAFC, both legs will be at 9, so I'll probably be able to get both TFC and the CL game done separately, but not far enough apart where I can put on the suit. So probably just put on, I don't know. We'll see. But I should be able to do both like I did last year. Because let's remember, one of the CCL final legs, TFC played at the same time, or 2 hours before. I think that was the second leg. 6:30, 8:30. If I don't screw around, I should be able to do the RSR, then jump on for the CCL. First leg of the final. How we doing, Hans? Just leaving the U.S. Open Cup match over Gillette Stadium. Hartford Athletic versus New England Revolution. And the Revs won. Didn't they? Last I checked, they were leading. TFC versus Kansas City in 2018. Toronto versus Columbus in 2019. At Kansas City, at Columbus, and Toronto versus Nashville and Nashville in 2021. So, there you go. Headed away. 2 draws and a loss. Like listening to Warren Barton, the only Fox color guy. I like either him or Kobe Jones when he's not doing MLS Apple TV. Yeah, I like Kobe. I think he does good commentary. I'd say, yeah, I think Warren Barton is Fox's best. Yeah, I agree. And Kobe. I think Warren Barton and Kobe Jones are Fox's best. I don't like John Strong. I don't. I think John Strong just forces it. And I think Stu Holden's a B-Tech Taylor Twellman without being as much of a jerk. Comes León. Shot! Over the bar. Saved over the bar. I don't like Martin Tyler at all. Yeah, me either. Me either. Yeah, when I play FIFA, I freaking mute it, just play music off of Spotify. I mute the commentators and just play music off of Spotify. 34th minute. Or at least when Martin Tyler was still commentating on it. 34th minute. Big chances missed by Gignac. Honestly, 2. Gorehan was the other. Cleared away. Tigres clears it away, but here's León with another shot over the bar. Deflected over the bar. Another corner. 35th minute. And León is all over Tigres. It should be 2-1, but León's still dominating, even if Gignac should have scored 2 goals. How do you miss that? God only knows. God only knows. Cross in. Header! Saved by Nahuel. Nice. Nice. 35th minute. 10 minutes left in this half, and León's dominated it throughout. It's been León's match the whole way. I kind of like how León has all the names of like legends on their shirt. I like that. That's cool. Gorehan. Oh, that's out for a corner. He shows up here and there, but he just doesn't show up all the time. Cross in. But he's been here and there. Could have sworn he showed up like either a TFC game or two ago he showed up for, and he showed up during one of the CCL games, the second legs of the last round. Could have sworn recently. 37th minute. León playing forward. If León wins, we can expect a new Champions League winner from MLS. We should, but I'd like to see if León takes the lead and then blows it in the second leg. I still want to use that León Leafs logo, and technically, even though if they blow the final, it technically still works. But hey, if León can make the final, who knows? I mean, there could be. Here's the thing about Alabama going after a new quarterback. If there's anything in the portal, it's not good enough to be that much better than Simpson or Milroe. Alabama's going to be dog shit this year. They're going to be horrible, at least by Alabama standards. And it's going to be so fun to see. So bad that Mississippi State's going to whip their ass in week 5 in Starkville, Mississippi. On Mississippi State's way to a national championship. By the way, free kick for Tigres. Mississippi State's winning it all this year. Book it. "38th minute. Free kick for Tigres. And Nahuel walked all the way up the pitch. This will be interesting. Mississippi State, of course. Hail State. Mississippi is maroon and white. There's a hole in Oxford that they call Ole Miss. Go to hell, Ole Miss, go to hell. And by the way, they missed the free kick, past the post. Georgia could handle it. Oh, you don't know you're going 0-2 against Mississippi State this year. You just don't know, do you? Can't wait to see the look on your face. Tigres and León have to face each other again on Sunday for a league match. I'll be covering that as well, don't worry. I hate Auburn. Yes, I remember. And then they proceeded to miss the field goal, the extra point to lose the game. The old piss and miss. Yeah, I remember. The second best Egg Bowl of my life. Of course, last year's was the best, then 2019, then 2013. I think 2023 will knock 2013 out of that list by the end of the year, but we'll find out. Old Piss and Miss was a trash shit show. And I found it hilarious. 40th minute. They should send their B teams for league game. What's the point? CCL's much bigger. Yeah, here's my thing. If you have a league game after a knockout game or in between knockout games against the same team, I'm okay with you pissing away the league game, especially if you're confirmed for playoffs or whatever. If there ain't much to gain, why the hell send your main team? They're both confirmed for the Ligia. Somebody's going to win. That sucks. Hopefully you don't find it too inconveniencing. Gignac over the bar. That sucks. All MLS teams in U.S. Open Cup or no? The next round. Well, technically, if there's any upsets, there may not be all MLS teams in Open Cup next round. Maybe there'll be some losers that miss. So it may not even happen because look at San Jose and Detroit City. Did Detroit City finish off that upset against Minnesota or not? So theoretically, you could have every MLS team in the tournament next round, but that's probably not going to end up happening. Because, well, San Jose's about to get upset, and as the last time I looked, Minnesota was getting upset by Detroit. Minnesota 3-1. Okay, so Minnesota went through. But there's 8 more teams of MLS that come in to make the field of 32 next round. Damn it, San Jose. I told you San Jose would lose that match. Pretend to be a Spurs fan. They'll send you home for mental reasons and you'll get out of jury duty. That sounds like good advice. That sounds like good advice. 42nd minute. Sounds like good advice. Especially after that 6-1. Exactly. Thank you for telling me I'm right. That makes me feel much better about the fact we got screwed. That makes me feel so much better about the fact we got screwed. 42nd minute. You think Leafs going to beat Tampa, go to round 2? Yes. The Leafs are winning on Thursday. They've won 2 of the worst games they've had all season to make it 3-1. They're going back to Toronto. Yeah, they're winning on Thursday. I think we're about to see some history on Thursday night. And I'll be live for it. And then I'll review it. And if they win, you're going to see me cry tears of joy. So, simple as. 43rd minute, 1-0, 1-0 León. And if I do, don't judge me. The Stars won. Yep, they did. "43rd minute. What if the Leafs collapse 4-3? Don't you bring that energy here. Do not bring that energy. But I guarantee you if it does, we can blame Michael Bunting single-handedly. Because Sheldon Keefe is going to put him back on the second line. And the Lightning are going to goad him into taking so many penalties. Point is, Bunting should be on the 4th line if Keefe wants to play him. But it sounds like that'll be the case. They're not going to drop Nyes, which is a good thing. That's a horrible cross. León is just dominating this game so far. 44th minute. Cleared away. Shot! Goal! 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 Goal de Tigres! 1-1. 1-1. Sebastian Cordova scores the equalizer, taps it in. An equalizer before the half. Sebastian Cordova. What a shot. Nice cross, tap in by Cordova. And Cota didn't know where it was coming from. Beautiful shot. And Cota couldn't get a hand to it. Beautiful. 45th minute. Right before stoppage time. 1-1. 1-1. León still has the away goal, but Tigres stops the bleeding for now. That Band-Aid could easily be ripped off, though, but we'll find out in the next 45. I saw that. 2 minutes of stoppage time. I think it's a good move. He should be a good sporting director. Good move. Now, hopefully, and also Jesse Marsch, very likely, will be the manager. So, that's a good move to me. 2-1 goes to penalties. If it's 1-1 in both legs, it would go to penalties after the second leg. Or if it was 2-1 the other way in the second leg. So if León was to score a second, then Tigres were to score 2 in León, and León scored 1, it would be penalties. But there's still some mathematical possibilities, but let's see how this first leg ends. That's going to be a foul. Tigres has a free kick. But as of now, if it was 1-1 in the second leg, penalties after 90 to decide the finalist. But we have 3 more halves to worry about that. We still don't know what the final score tonight will be. Free kick for Tigres. It's getting a little bit wild here at the end of the half. I could tell you that much. It's getting wild. Quiñones fouled by Osby Rodriguez. Yeah, that should be a free kick. This game's getting a bit wild, I can tell you that much. León's dominated the first half, but I guess they're pissed off they conceded. This is the time you strike. That's all I'm going to say is this is the time you strike if you're Tigres. You got to strike now. You got them flustered. You got to strike now if you want to take the lead. Cross in. Header! Past the post! See? Close enough. 48th minute corner. We're over 2 minutes. Cross in, short. Quiñones. Correjan, Quiñones. Plays forward. Carioca. Cross. Header. Shot. Quiñones. Goal. 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 Goal de Tigres. Goal de Luis Quiñones. Taps it in. They work it around and he taps it in. It's 2 for Tigres. That was the second goal. Slightly behind. But they did score again if you're talking about number 2. Quiñones. Luis Quiñones pops it in. Tigres have a horrible first half, but at the end of it, they find a way to score 2. They work it around, falls to Quiñones, beautiful volley, rolls it past Cota. $45+. Honestly, that's damn near 45 plus 4. We'll go with it. 2-1, 2-1. Tigres take the lead back after a horrible half. They still end up with a lead. Still, technically, it's under. You got under 3.5. Still technically under, even though there's 45 more minutes. They say 45 plus 3. 45 plus 3 for Quiñones, and that's the way the half ends. 2-1, 2-1. I told you. That's when you got to strike. León was flustered after the first one. Tigres was able to strike. They had a chance. They ended the half with a lead. By hook or by crook. 2-1, 2-1 at halftime. Tigres, 2-1. Wasn't I right? Wasn't I right? When Tigres had the first, the foul on Quiñones, and I said, this is when you strike. Wasn't I right? León was flustered. Wasn't I right? I saw that coming from a mile away. I was like, oh, look, they're flustered, León. You strike now before the half. You get the lead. It's good timing. Guess what happened? I got to give myself that one. That was awesome. I saw that one coming from a mile away. You got to admit, I had that one right on the money. I ain't no Ted Lasso. I know what I'm talking about. I had that one right on the money. I see Tigres versus LAFC in the final. I mean, that was my predicted final for this round or after this round. Yep. Looks like we're back on track. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. Good way for it to end for Tigres. Most of it sucked for them. In the end, though, they got the 2 goals. I may have a country accent, but I know what I'm talking about. With that being said, we'll take a short break. Sit tight. We'll be back. We are back for the stats at the half. Back for the stats at the half. 60% to 40 on possession on 13 shots. 13 shots to 11. 208 accurate passes, 88% to 113, 77%, 8 fouls to 10. 0 offside to 0, 4 corners to 5, 13 shots to 11, 4 shots on goal to 7, 236 passes to 147, 88% pass accuracy to 77, 5 throws to 7, 0 yellows to 1, no red cards on either side. 2-1 for Tigres, 2-1. Yeah. Wild first half. León started hot. They got an early goal. But right in stoppage time, right at the end of the half, Tigres got one. They caused a ruckus. León got flustered. And Tigres got another. I called it. When somebody's flustered, that's when you take – when a team is flustered, that's when you take your second opportunity and try to score another goal. And Tigres played it perfectly, that 5-minute span. The first 40 minutes of the half sucked. They were getting ran – their show ran at home, frankly. I don't think the first half was great for them. I think it's a blessing they got 2-1 at the half, but they have the lead. Now, if they could build on that and play a better second half, whether they score again or not, that would be like, okay, 2-1's fair. But you could argue it should be 4-1 because Gignac should have scored 2 goals that he normally would have scored, but he did not score them tonight. You could argue that it should be 4-1 and this should be over already, but it isn't. As of now, though. It is what it is. Got another 45 to go tonight. Then tomorrow, after, of course, the review tonight, tomorrow I will do Arsenal versus Man City, or Man City versus Arsenal. Of course, I think 4 on 2 super chats is enough to make it worth my while. So we will do that. Live, maybe I'll choose to review it as well. Depending on how crazy the game gets. Then, of course, the CCL second semifinal, LAFC versus Philly tomorrow night. That will have a review no matter what. And then, of course, Thursday, Lightning at Leafs, Game 5, live and review. That's what we got this week. This week. Then this weekend, we got TFC versus NYCFC on Saturday. León and Tigres on Sunday, the match 17 of the Clausura Liguilla. There's barely any cuts, so top of the head, no script. I do have the notes, but for the goals, but other than that, I do have the notes for the goals, but other than that, I don't script it. I say what I want to say. I say what I think. No teleprompter, no script, just the notes and what I think off the top of my head. That's what I do. It's been that way for at least, 2.5 seasons? This is 5. Well, 3.5 then. There wasn't even any notes from season 1 to halfway through season 2. So that was straight up off the top of my head, but never been a script. Never been. And, of course, these aren't scripted. Let's go, says Rory, about the Oilers 4-2. Nice. I want Leafs versus Oilers Stanley Cup final. I want a Leafs versus Oilers Stanley Cup final. That would be beautiful. I could see it happening, too. I could see it. It'd be awesome. Let's see. That's not good. Peacock is where City versus Arsenal is playing. Okay. They're not putting the biggest game of the year on NBC. That's wild. That is wild. And Michael Oliver's the referee. Oof, Maron, that's not good. That is not good. Did you like Too Cool in WWE? Not really. Not really. They weren't a favorite, no. And I didn't really pop for the nostalgia pop either, so. What about the Radicals? Was that Eddie, Malenko, Benoit, and Stevie Richards? If it was them, yeah, I did. That was a pretty cool stable. That was Benoit, Eddie, Malenko, and Stevie Richards. Yeah. If that's the stable we're talking about, yeah, I liked them. Perry Saturn, there we go. Why did I think Stevie Richards? Perry Saturn, yeah. Yeah, Perry Saturn was the least mattered of them all. If I could replace him with Stevie Richards, yeah, he meant the least. My bad. But yeah, Eddie, Benoit, Malenko. I liked those three. I was never really a fan of Perry Saturn. Rings of Saturn is a cool move. I was never really a fan of Perry Saturn. Second half about to start. Why do I think Stevie Richards? I think the right to censor and Radicals, sort of like they blurred the lines at some point. Like a couple of the Radicals, like something to do with that. Probably. Second half's about to start. And here we go. The second half has started. 2-1 Tigres. 2-1. Tigres turned the game on its head in the last minutes of the first half. Can they hold on to take this lead to El Volcan? Again, Tigres in the yellow, León in the green. Throw in here. For Tigres. Mario is a new member. Nice. Nice. Lovely. Lovely. How compared to 2019 NYCFC playoff game with Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes, Who would be your WWE match you would compare the match to? Honestly, that makes sense because Brock is an unstoppable beast, but he could still get beat. But it's from underneath. And Toronto FC were the underdog that season going up against the unstoppable NYCFC. And Toronto won from underneath. It was sort of a smash and grab, So I actually like that comparison. Cody versus Brock. I like that comparison because all I could see Brock versus Cody being is Brock definitely dominating Cody, but Cody finds a way to win from underneath and overcomes the adversity of Brock Lesnar. So, yeah, definitely. I could see it. I mean, that would be the smart booking. They wouldn't have Brock get squashed, right? Cross in. León. Shot. Blocked away. Be cleared away by Tigres. How we doing, Mile High? How you doing? But yeah, for me personally, cross in, that is going to be, they're checking VAR. They stopped the corner. Is there going to be a VAR check or are they just resetting? I don't know. It looks like there's just a reset. 48th minute. Corner here. Elias Hernandez headed away by Tigres. 48th minute. Can Tigres score off this counter? Gorehan, nice cross. Cuts it back. Perfect cross. Cordova, cross. That'll be cleared though. Bad placement. Shot saved by Cota. Gignac misses. I think Gignac might be broken. Shit. I like the way you think, Daniel. I like the way you think. What a save, though, by Cota. Jeez, I think Gignac might be broken. I think he might actually be broken. Cross in. Header blocked away. 50th minute. But again, Tigres, I guess León's still flustered slightly. Header cleared. '49th minute. A throw in here. Cross in. That's out for a corner. And Quinones hugging the defender. That's wild. There you go. Cross in. Brought down, headed away. That'll be a foul the other way. Free kick for León. Goal kick here for Cota. Cota made a big save on Gignac. Definitely could have been 3-1, but a big save by Cota getting there a couple of minutes ago. Helps León keeps León in okay position. Still losing the match, but they still have time to overturn it. With the away goal, they still have time to overturn it. defensively. Here comes Tigres. They have a chance here. Quiñones slightly tripped up, but they will not call the foul. Play forward, play forward. "5-2 Oilers." Zach Hyman scores. Lovely. I'm happy Zach scored. He got the OT winner. He scored tonight. That's good. I'm happy for Zach. I'm happy for him. "52nd minute." Ooh. Cleared away. Off his face. That don't feel good, but if you scored, I guess it's all good. I guess it's worth it. And I guess that's why they wear visors. And I guess that's why they wear visors. Or why they're forced to wear visors. I guess that's why. I still remember when visors weren't mandated. Cross in. Gorehan shot! A little bit too late. I still remember in hockey when visors weren't mandated. Or there were still a lot of players grandfathered in. Either way. Isn't there still a player who still plays who doesn't have to wear a visor if he didn't want to? Or is that something else? 53rd minute. I know there's some players that are grandfathered in that are still around. Of something. In the NHL. Who are the bigger bottle jobbers? Leafs, León, Maple Leafs, or Mississippi State? Well, if the Leafs win on Thursday, I think it was always León, but slightly. But the Leafs give away that crown. I don't think State's in this discussion. They have a national title in baseball. But I don't think their chokes are as notable as Leafs or León. But I think if the Leafs win on Thursday and León bottles this, I don't know about you, or bottles the final, I think it's León of all three. Any chance a WWE event can be hosted at an MLS stadium? I think so. I think they could host a SummerSlam at an MLS stadium at the very least. I'd love to see BMO host a show. I think BMO's big enough, especially after the World Cup. Mercedes-Benz Stadium could easily host a Royal Rumble, for sure. Isaiah's happy about the Nuggets. Sure is, I bet. Be 4-1. They'd win their series if they finish this out. 55th minute. Joel Campbell coming on for León. -- 55th minute. Joel Campbell coming on for León for Elias Hernandez. Are you going to use your Leafs León logo on the thumbnail if Tigres advances to the final? I'm starting to lean towards it, especially if Tigres score another and then León just can't overturn it at home. They got shut out at home. I'd consider it. I don't think this is as bad as losing to an MLS team, but it's definitely close. Heard that Keylor Navas is interested in playing for America. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, that totally, definitely would be something he would do. America would pay him out. They'd pay him what he wants, for sure. Unless Ochoa comes back. It depends if Ochoa wants to stay in Italy. I don't know. if Salernitana stay up and if he wants to stay. I don't know about that. If he goes back to America, it's either Ochoa or Navas. One of them's going or Ochoa's going back. But I could believe it. I believe it. I believe Navas would love to play for America. I don't know if he'd love to, but the money would probably suffice. I think he's still got some years playing in Mexico before he ultimately goes back to Costa Rica and ends his career at Saprissa or Alajuelense. He started at Saprissa, so probably would be Saprissa, but still. Costa Rican players, even if they make it big, they always seem to go back to Costa Rica to end their career, kind of like Argentinian players or Brazilian players. I guarantee you Joel Campbell will go back at some point when he's barely useful anymore. That'll be cleared by León. I mean, honestly, I agree, but he's kind of kept Salernitana in it, so I was shocked when he went there, but hey, if him being his World Cup self ended up getting him there, again, good for him. 58th minute. Or did he go? I could have sworn it was after the World Cup he went. Yeah, that's normally the idealism. If you're a goalie, you could go longer. You peak later and you go longer. That's normally the thought process. Like, seriously, if Julio Cesar tried to get fit, he could probably still play a season or two in MLS if he wanted to. I still think he looks like he can. I think he still looks like he can. Buffon is still going. And I don't know how fit, or I should say how clean he eats, or how clean he is with if he has many vices or not. But it always kind of seems like Buffon, I think he is a noted smoker. Don't quote me on that, but I think Buffon is a noted smoker. Don't quote me on that, but I could have sworn. So I could have sworn I heard that. Heard that Zlatan could return to MLS. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I just hope it's Toronto instead of LA. Vanny better give us a sweetheart deal for Zlatan's rights. That would be nice. 59th minute. Shot over the bar by Tigres, but Tigres is dominating this half. Tigres could easily score another one. They turned the game on its head. Now they're dominating. I could have told you. Nice. Yeah, I can't believe it either. 75 tomorrow. Nice. 60th minute. Tigres turned this game on its head. Yeah, so it was after the World Cup. I thought so. But time's flied so much that I thought maybe he did go before the World Cup. I was like, wait, did he? Time has flown so fast. No joke. It feels like the World Cup was actually in the summer. That's how fast time has flown. It doesn't really feel like April, you know? I know it's almost May, but it's gonna be May, or, whatever. But it doesn't really feel like May or April. It really doesn't. It feels like June. It feels like time has flown. Exactly. And León definitely got flustered, as I said, after that first goal. And I said Tigres needed to take advantage of that. They did. And León's just not gotten back into it, even with a half. Headed away. Nice. But am I the only one that feels like time has flown? Like, legitimately. This weekend's going to be match day 10 in MLS. Like last April at this time was like what? Match day 7? 5, 6 or 7? I know the World Cup break did that, but still. It feels like it's been quick. It feels like the season, the first 10 weeks has gone by quick, you know? And it started normally too. León almost. I think that would be cool if TQL Stadium hosted a SummerSlam or something. I think it'd be perfect. León almost, definitely. Doesn't TQL Stadium have those like lights on the outside of it, like Allianz Arena and all that? Cross in! Save Bakota. 62nd minute. Gignac. That'll be a corner. Tipped away. I'm not going to blame that one on Gignac, but that would have been a great goal for him. You know what's crazy? That I think the Liga MX Liguilla will end before CCL does. If Tigres or León end up winning this tie, or making the final, and then they end up making the Liga MX final, they would play this the second leg of the Champions League final as their actual last game of the season. That would be interesting. 63rd minute. 2-1. 2-1. At least I think so, but don't quote me on that. I'll look at the schedule. But if Tigres or León were to make the Liga MX final, I think the second leg of the Champions League final is after the second leg of the Liguilla final. Which would be interesting. But yes, this weekend is Liga MX decision day for their Clausura. Then Repechaje is next weekend. But the good news is I will cover, as I did last year, Thursday, well, depending on what the Leafs do, but at least I'll try to cover a Liga MX tie in the playoffs, at least one per week of the playoffs, the Liguilla. So if there's some on Thursday and Sunday, which that normally looks like the run, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, try to cover some on Wednesday, Thursday, or Saturday, Sunday. So just like I did last year for the Clausura, leading up to the final. Gignac getting pushed around. Quinones. Leagues Cups preseason for Liga MX. Oh, how the turntables. They don't start their season till after Leagues Cup. Ha, ha, ha. How the turntables. How about they feel how it feels to play a continental competition as preseason without the tomato cans? 2 subs for León. How the turntables. 65th minute. León is making their second and third subs with their second window. Davia for Alvarado. 2 more subs in one window for León. Tigres has not made a sub yet. Monterrey Bay still winning. Lol. I told you San Jose would lose. Lucas Diorio is off for Brian Rubio. 66th minute. CCL, probably. Especially León. Tigres, I mean, it's CONCACAF Champions League. Either way, I think if León or Tigres made both finals, they'd prioritize CCL more because continental competition is bigger than Liga MX. And besides, they'd be in CCL next year anyway. Cross in 67th minute. But if they want better positioning, 67th minute. León needs to, well, with León, though, getting to the Clausura final will put them in CCL. Tigres is already in, I think. Or they would be in through aggregate table, very likely. So I don't think León would be. But don't quote me. I need to look at the aggregate table again. Of course, we already have the 2 finalists of the Apertura and '67th minute. But yeah, if I was Tigres, prioritize CCL final. If I was León, try to go for both. You know, maybe lean more towards Clausura because if they want to be in CCL next year, well, they would have to make it. But it would probably be better if they won it too for their draw purposes. 68th minute, free kick for Tigres. But remember, next year is the expansion. So there will be more Mexican teams. Only 3 teams cannot qualify to the quarterfinals, but still may qualify for the reclassification. Repechaje. Tijuana got 16. Puebla got 17. Juarez got 15. Necaxa is now eliminated. And let's also remember that Querétaro, since they are bottom of the relegation table, if they have to pay the fee, they cannot get into the repechaje even if they're in the top 12. So number 13 would slot in. Save. At least that's what I read. So Querétaro gets screwed. And they are in the top 12 right now. So, interesting. 69th minute. Querétaro is in the top 12 right now. Even if they are, they don't make the playoffs. They don't make the repechaje. That's sort of unfair. If you have no descenso and they're already paying a fine for being last in the relegation table, why bar them? Well, I mean, I get it, but it still seems sort of unfair. I think the fine probably does enough. Besides, they're not the only ones paying a fine. There's a smaller fine for 17 and 16 in the relegation table. So technically, why are they not banned from the playoffs? It makes no sense. Exactly. 70th minute. It makes no sense to me. It really doesn't. I mean, isn't a fine enough punishment for a last place? Save by Nahuel. Besides, the 2 teams above them in the coefficient table pay a smaller fine, but they still pay a fine. So why are they not banned? It makes no sense. 80 million Mexican pesos. That's a lot of pesos. 71st minute. Cross in. Headed away. León still. Chipped over, but will it be cleared? Nope. Nahuel picks it up. 71st minute. Lovely. Quiñones. He could have kept running. He had open space. He could have switched the play. I would be heated if I was Siboldi. That's BS. Quinones took the dive. The dude dived. He had open space to switch the play. He had room. I would be heated if I was Siboldi. He had room. I'd be heated. I mean, I already am, but if I was Siboldi, I'd be heated. Quinones could have easily switched the play. He had time. He dived. At least it's still Tigres' ball for now. Cleared away corner. It didn't turn out too bad. But they had a guy streaking on the other side of the pitch. You switch the play. It falls to him onside. At least it looked to me. That's a goal. That's number 3. Just to dive. Yeah, sure. That's out for a goal kick. You think Chivas' coach is going to Inter Miami? Paunovic to Inter Miami? I was surprised to hear that rumor. I didn't expect Phil Neville to be on the hot seat. But I guess Beckham has to make a decision. I didn't think Beckham would fire Phil Neville. Or at least I didn't think it would be that possible. Or you'd have to drag them into the depths to be fired. But Paunovic going to Miami, I don't think that's an upgrade. I think that's at least even. Like, if you're going to fire your boy, a.k.a. Beckham firing Phil Neville, wouldn't you go for a surefire positive change? I don't think Paunovic is that good. He was horrible with Chicago. I don't think he's that good. I don't think it's a positive change if Phil Neville's replaced with Paunovic. I don't think it is. I don't. So for Beckham to fire his boy, to replace him with Veljko Paunovic, that's foolish. It just doesn't make sense. Now, will it happen? It could. I don't think it makes any sense. When 12 of 18 teams make the playoffs, it's really easy to make the playoffs, okay? Making a repechaje don't mean nothing. Now, if they start winning games and Paunovic is still there, maybe you could convince me. Tata and Messi, I could see it. Yeah, Tata would be better for Miami, but would Tata do that? I don't know if he would do that to Atlanta, but it would make some sense. If they could get Messi, they get Tata, they wait for the summer, they get Messi, they say, hey, Messi, we're bringing in Tata, and then Joseph is happy because he has Messi and Tata at Miami. That would be genius. Oh, Cruz Azul's willing to throw some big money to get Tati Castellanos. That might just win a Champions League for him. That might be worth it if they could pull that off. Quinones for Garza is Tigres' first sub. They made a second as well. This is the final season they're doing the repechaje, but I'm just saying, if you could make a repechaje. Ibanez for Cordova. Cordova is the second sub. Tigres has 3 more with 2 windows. But yes, if you could, as of now, there's still a repechaje for this last time. If 12 teams make the playoffs, that's easy to do out of an 18-team league. I do not care, especially with 17 games. It's easy to do. There are freaking halfway through the season, you say what, 7 games, 8 games? A team is in 14th, 15th. They're dead to rights, but they go on a good run for the next 7 games and find their way in the repechaje because there's 12 teams. Hell, look at Pumas. They played like for pretty much 3/4 of that 17-game season. They're in the repechaje right now. And Turco could get them in there. A draw, a win would probably really do it, but a draw could suffice. And especially with Querétaro still being in the top 10. Gorehan tries to tip that in. Doesn't work. They could. Pumas, look, they're already making that rush up the table. Every season there's been a repechaje. There has been a Apertura and Clausura. There's been a rush up the table to get that team into the repechaje. And normally that team can get to the semifinals. I mean, it's possible. Liga MX is weird. If you're hot, I don't care if it's 2 legs, they could still be a team who sneaks into the repechaje, win their one-off game, get to the quarterfinals, win a quarterfinal, get to the semis. I don't really like the repechaje system. I don't. I'm glad they're getting rid of it. Top 8 was a lot better. I mean, still, you could have a top 8 run, but it was a lot more rare for a team to sneak into the top 8 than the top 12. I didn't like the repechaje idea. I don't. Especially the way Liga MX works. I don't like it. There's always been a run up the table. There used to sometimes be, every so often with 8 teams, there was always a run to 8th. But you couldn't be dead to rights for half the season, then run to 8th. You at least had to start picking it up around match 5, match 6. You couldn't be dead to rights for 3/4 of the season and make repechaje or make 8th. But repechaje, though, you could be dead to rights for 3/4 of the season and you can make repechaje. That's not the point. And see, that's also my problem with the MLS format this year. When it comes to the 9th place and 8th place teams, 9 of 15 in each conference, 9 of 14 in the West, but 9 teams per conference, same thing applies. If you can't make a 9-team playoff line, your team really sucks. You could be dead to rights for half the season and find a way to get into the wild card in MLS on each side of the conference. I wouldn't be surprised. Toronto FC were sitting 9th for 4 straight weeks when they drew 6 games straight. That's how easy it is to get 9th per conference. I mean, I won't complain if that means Toronto makes the playoffs, but I can admit it sucks. And it's probably not sporting either, you know. If you kept it 7, that's hard to do. That's half the conference, but it's still harder to do that. Ask Toronto. Oh, we could do it. Yeah, no, you didn't. Especially not last year. 9th, though, if they can't do that, it's off of Bradley and Bill Manning's heads because they should make 9th place. They should get into the playoffs, whether that be wild card or a low seed, automatically to the second or the quarterfinals of the conference. But again, 9 teams per conference is easy. You can be dead to rights halfway through the season and make the wild card. Just like you could be dead to rights 3/4 through Ligia or Clausura or Apertura and make the repechaje. Too many teams. 80th minute. 2-1. How we doing, Cynthia? I mean, I could see it for a Tati. I could see it. But again, to me, 12 teams is too much in Liga MX. I'm glad they're getting rid of the repechaje. Hopefully they bring back Descenso and Ascenso as well and stop it being the coefficient finding table. Hopefully it's actually a Descenso. Hopefully they do that. But getting rid of the repechaje is a good first step because that was horrible. '80th minute. And same goes for MLS and their wild card and 9 teams per conference thing. I can admit it sucks, even if I'd be happy that's how Toronto gets in the playoffs for the first time since 2020. Especially if they go on a little bit of a run or actually make the first round. I can admit it sucks. 81st minute. But again, I don't like it that you could be dead to rights for half a season or 3/4 of the season and still make the playoffs. I don't think that makes any sense. The next highest club, who's a replacement club team if Querétaro never pay the fine indicated. So that's how Querétaro doesn't make the Liga, the repechaje. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So if Querétaro doesn't pay the fine within the week of the season ending, they don't play in the repechaje or a certain date. They have like 4 days to pay the fine. Okay. That would make a lot more sense. Now, I could see that, but it would be the next highest team. So if Querétaro were to make the top 12 and they don't pay the fine within the 4 days after the league ends, it would be the next highest team. So 13. '82nd minute. Yeah. I think we're talking about, honestly, for both sides, yeah, Liga MX and MLS conference. Yeah. Because I actually like the group stage idea. I really did. I think the best of 3 with a wild card is a little bit convoluted, but from what I heard, they're bringing back Ascenso, Descenso, and second division teams are only allowed 3 foreigners per team and must start at least 5 Mexicans under 23. That's a good way to start building players. Good. Good. Good for Mexico. So they did learn something from the World Cup. Okay, good for them. Ascenso and Descenso is back, and 5 Mexicans under 23, 3 foreigners per team. As it honestly should be, especially in the second division. The Ascenso. Gignac, as it should be. 83rd minute. Dos a uno, 2-1, and time is starting to run out in this matchup. Tigres look like they'll take the lead to El Glorioso. Tigres have 3 more subs and 2 more windows, and they're going to bring in Linus. Linus for their 3rd sub with 2 more in their last window. Throw in here for Tigres, 84th minute. And it looks like it'll be Gorehan for Linus. That doesn't really make any sense. Gorehan's more of a center mid. What are they doing here? And winner of second division must play the worst team in Liga MX to see who gets promoted. That's fair. That's fair. Better than a team buying out somebody's rights or buying out the promoted team's rights to keep that brand in Liga MX. That's fair. It's not a straight promotion, but it's more fair. Having the second division winner, the Ascenso winner, play the Descenso in Liga MX. I think that's fair. It's not the best, but it works. I think that's fair. A promotion playoff. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. It's not the best, but it'll do. It'll do. Knowing the FMF, it'll do. It'll do. 85th minute. And if it's Cancun in that playoff, I'm rooting for Cancun. Because why? I want Cancun to make Champions League. I want Toronto versus Cancun at some point in the Concacaf Champions League. I want it. Leagues Cup don't help me. Leagues Cup does not help me. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Yes, I want to go back to Playa del Carmen. Come on now. Lol. Close enough. It makes more sense. Like, yes. Would I like to stay in Playa del Carmen during like CCL week before the actual CCL match in Mexico City, then fly over shortly to see Toronto play America, and then maybe spend 1 more day in Playa del Carmen and fly back? Yes, but is that too intensive? Probably. If it was Toronto versus Cancun, though. That's pretty close. All you got to do is take a ferry. I think. 86th minute. Probably no hurricanes that time, too. 86th minute. Which that would be, well, if I could trade a football match for a hurricane, I think I would trade it. As in not getting hit by a hurricane and seeing a football match. Yeah, I think that's a good trade. Because the last time it was in Playa del Carmen, Hurricane Emily. So there you go. Playa del Carmen's the best. It is a pretty cool city. Sure, it's better when you're in your mid-20s than when you're 5. I'm sure. 87th minute. So, yeah. Speaking of course, Hurricane Emily's the reason I like tracking hurricanes and severe weather, which, funny story. If I'd ever had a sister, my parents would have named her Emily after the hurricane. That didn't happen. So, I think I'll steal that idea. If I ever have a daughter, I'll name her Emily. I like the idea. I mean, Emily's a cute name anyway, so. 88th minute. Tigres have found a way. Need to track hurricanes more, especially if they're hitting Louisiana. Because you have connections to Louisiana. And Louisiana gets hit a good bit. 89th minute, 2-1 Tigres, 2-1. I mean, I'd go visit Thailand just to see the culture. It seems like a beautiful country. But that's the only reason I'd visit it. I hear good things about Thailand. That's a beautiful country. I mean, I'd visit it. You would visit Vietnam, says Risk for Dreams. I mean, I'd like to visit most Asian countries. I'd like to visit Japan, South Korea, Vietnam, Philippines, Thailand. I would like to. 2 subs for León. They'll clear out their subs. I probably wouldn't risk it with North Korea. I probably wouldn't. Just change it back to Dr. Negative. 3 minutes to go. Rodriguez for Boulogne. And Angel Mena for Angulo. Only teams that are in the playoffs is Rayados 2 versus Oaxaca. Cimarrones versus Correcaminos. Tlaxcala versus Venados. Tepatitlan versus Leones in the Clausura Liga expansion. Yeah, I just hope Cancun goes up because that's an easy name to say. Half of those are hard. And I'm not, and when I speak Spanish. I don't sound like a gringo, but those, oh my God. That's the giveaway. Now that's the giveaway there. Now that'd be the giveaway there. Jeez. I get what you're saying. Fair. 91-30. Halfway through stoppage time. A minute and a half to go. I mean, I'm not really great at naming anything. So, can't help you. 92nd minute, 2-1. Well, this year they just win Liga Expansion. Next year, technically, I guess the team who loses the final would play the promotion playoff. Or there would be no promotion playoff. The team who gets relegated would automatically stay up, I would guess. But 92nd minute, I would guess. Probably more likely the team who lost the final would go to play the promotion playoff. But oh, that's horrible. Well, that's horrible. Oof. 92-30. León could tie this up at the end of it. They could tie this up at the end of it. And it looks like Tigres will make one more sub. They'll make 4 of 5 out of 3 windows. I guess this is a defensive sub. Monterey Bay is about to win. Lol. You love to see it. I told you San Jose was going to lose. I just knew. San Jose gets cup set once again. Dear Lord, San Jose's horrible. Free kick here. León could tie it up to end the game. 2-2, possibly. Here's the free kick shot over the bar. And that will do it. That was the one. 2-1. Full time. 2-1. 2-1. Tigres wins the first leg. They turned the game on its head at the end of the first half, and that's all they needed. Tigres win. They take the advantage to El Glorioso Estadio León next week, and they're in the catbird seat to go to the final against Philly or LAFC. Be interesting to see how next week turns out. 2-1, 2-1 Tigres. Interesting first half ending that puts Tigres ahead. With that being said, if you like the stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I shall see you within the hour for the review of this game. Monterey Bay did win. For the review of this game, then tomorrow I will be live for Man City versus Arsenal in the Premier League. The very likely the decider of the league. And as well, maybe I'll review that game as well, but I will also be live for Philadelphia Union versus LAFC and review that game tomorrow night as well. So we got a loaded schedule this week and weekend to finish out the month of April. Should be great. With that being said, I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later.